Hey, what's up everybody? It is nowonshall coming right back at you with another Star Trek Fleet Command video. Today, the Outlaw Arc 3 has dropped. I'm going to show off a few of the officers, but I want to show you guys something, the most exciting part about this update, that a lot of us didn't even know or was in the patch notes. So they did a change to something we've been complaining about for a while. So I'm going to use DJ's graphics for this, and I'm going to go to my desktop. So DJ and his team made this one. So your pure research is now displayed. It is no longer a rebate. It is no longer any of that stuff. It is now, oh dang it, why am I side? One second. Up. This is provided by DJ, so gotta thank him for this. Now your research is finally shown. So let's say the polarized hull plating was 549 million, and then look at the resources, 11k, 12k, 157, and look at the price comparison. Before it was 100, or it was a 550 basically, and now it's 139. So every bit of research and everything has been taken into account now for the pure. So it lowers the pricing for certain items. So that's just really exciting. It's really exciting news. And yeah, sometimes it's not going to show properly. So on Android end, there was 2 updates. One when the patch dropped this morning, and one when the patch after like a few hours later. And then sometimes it's not going to show your exact numbers until you like swap ships around for a second. It's like a coming and going thing, but they didn't announce this in the patch. They finally did something in the background to like help us out, because this one's a great one. So let's go back to the game. I'll use my Jelly and my Enterprise as an example. So if we look at my Enterprise, I remember the numbers pretty clearly what they were. So here's my Enterprise. I'm one part away from going tier 9. So before, it used to be 12,000 gas, uncommon G3 gas, and it used to be 650 million just for that one part. Now if you look at it now, it's 9,000 gas and 187 million, basically 188 million. So the pricing has drastically changed. It's nutty how much it's changed. Like, look at my Jelly. My Jelly, I couldn't do upgrades before, and now I look at my Jelly. I'm not exact remembering on the numbers, but this is one of the ones. I think it costed 300 million for it, and it costed more parts, more commons, and now it's down to 96.5 million to 3.3 million. So whales are going to see a drastic drop in a lot of their ship upgrades. So it was a lot of lower end players, even though you don't have all the researches there. So it gives you a reason to do the researches. It's not anymore a rebate in the game anymore. It is just a straight out, flat out number. It is none of that BS anymore that, oh, I'm gonna get a rebate back later, whatever. No, this is the most exciting part about this update. And besides, I'll be able to fly around bases again, which is spot on, because I always like doing that, messing around or getting nose to nose with other ships and just messing around. So this update did one really amazing thing. These prices are just way lower. So a lot of these researches that affect pure trait or pure research, if you go to, I think it was in the galaxy tree, it's been a while since I looked into this, but you have where is it at? So you're here, pure crystal, pure gas, and pure ore. That will affect it. And then you still have other stuff, like if you get to later down the line, if we go to the Outlaw one, so you have the ship parts, interceptor parts. I think this is in the same effect. And then you still have these researches right here that lower the cost. I wonder if it's reflected in the other research values. You still have these one that lower cost, and then you still have these ones. So something's happening in the game that's for the good. And then if you look at like, I don't think it's in here. I think I have to go back to the other one. Yeah, it's the other one. So we go to the station one. We go into here. So where are we hiding at? So pure trit and pure dill are reflecting now in the ship research one. And then if you go down all the way to the end till we get to this point, now these are reflected in there also. This is a game changer update. This is going to help a lot of people advance a lot quicker than they used to. So that's one amazing part of this update. That's probably my favorite part so far. Besides, like I said, flying through planets. Now you can actually click next to your base and put a ship right there. So we're back to what we were before. Thank you, Scopely. We have a few glaring issues in the game, like when you're attacking stuff, your old battle logs are going to pop up. And, oh well. But the thing that intrigues me when that happens is a month ago's battle log is popping up now. So does that mean we technically could access old battle logs and Scopely's only limits to 30? They should give us full list of them. Just break down it day by day. If it's in a tree, just August 5th, and then August 4th, and just look at your battle logs. It'd be cool. And give us an export feature, please, Scopely, please. All right, going into what actually we really like about this update. The officers. There's some good officers. There's some not so good officers. But I haven't had a chance to try each and every one of them out. I have all of them. And if we look at we go down to the augments. So we have new officers. So we have Sesha, Tyza, Goon, Romud, Avix, New Harry Mud 2.0, and Eurydice. Those are the new officers that we have in the game right now. Let's go over one by one. Sesha is seeming like a champ from what I've seen, some of the logs that people are showing me. So Sesha's main one is always on guard. Always on guard is an opponent eclipse hostile, including armada targets. Sesha has a 20% chance to reduce opponent's critical chance by 15%. She kind of works like that Borg officer. So if you're running these armadas, you might want to throw her on there and have a sacrificial lamb ship that helps the team. And then you have Intimidation. So for the first 3 rounds of combat, when fighting Eclipse hostiles, including armada targets, Sesha increases the critical damage bonus of 30%. Interesting. What's her backstory? A cunning, if somewhat scatterbrained member of the Outlaws crew, Sesha has spent most of her adult life being experimented on, which gave her accelerated cell regeneration. Sesha is known for her emotional intelligence, outside-the-box thinking, and disarming personality. However, some say that her personality is a ruse, hiding a more conniving and manipulative mind underneath. Interesting. Let's go to Tyza. Tyza's main ability is Security Breach. As his captain ability, when fighting Eclipse hostiles, including armada targets, for the first 3 rounds of combat, Tyza decreases the shield mitigation of your opponents by 4%. That seems kind of small, but okay. His main ability, it's called Mirani Technology. When fighting the Eclipse hostiles, including the armadas, Tyza has a 45% chance to increase the shield deflection, armor dodge 100% for the whole combat. So he's a mitigation officer. That's basically what he is, a mitigation officer. And then we got this write-up. Some they get a little intricate in them, some don't. I like the new Harry Mudd when we go over it. One of the last of the Mirani alien race, Tyza and the other Mirani were forced out of their territory a century ago by Eclipse, who took over that area to create the exchange. So the Eclipse area is his home area. Bad Eclipse, bad. A handful of survivors managed to escape, building new lives for themselves on previously deserted planets. While the most records of the Mirani have since been wiped by the Eclipse, they were known as a technological pioneers in the primes, or in their prime, and then that talent has been passed on generation to new generation of the Mirani, including Tyza. Now, as a leader of the remaining Mirani, Tyza believes it's time to take back their system from the Eclipse. Interesting write-up. I had actually never heard of the Mirani. Maybe I'm not that much of a Trekkie to see it. Then we have Goon. Goon's main ability is Grizzled Veteran. When fighting hostile, Goon increases the chance of dealing a critical chance by 20% for the first round. Only 1 round. Doesn't seem great. Then he has military training. Apparently they fixed all the XP ones. So Goon increases the ship XP gained by 20%. Cool. Helps you guys level ship up quicker. Cool. Awesome. Amazing. Then we got Romud. So Romud, endless. Wait. Let's rewind. I got a little ahead of myself. Let's go back to Goon. Let's read his story. A former Starfleet Mako veteran, Goon has seen his fair share of battles, the memories of which have stuck with him, becoming disillusioned by Starfleet's perceived hypocrisy. In particular, the actions displayed by Kirk and the Ilk. Goon left Starfleet to use his considerable talents and arsenal elsewhere, now acted as Mudd's weapon expert, always willing to give you a blunt and honest opinion. I like those kind of people. Occasionally to his determinant, whatever it is. He also is the first person in Mudd that will call, or even if he ever finds himself outgunned. It's an interesting one. And then we got Romud. Romud's main ability is Endless Ambition. Romud increases her stats by 50% when she's captain. That's an interesting one. Fatal Charm. At the start of combat, Romud has a chance of 20% chance of increasing the damage dealt by the ship by 300% of the total attack of all officers on the ship the whole during the whole combat. That's an interesting one, but that's a small chance. Let's get rolling the dice on that one. Then Fatal Charm. At the start of combat, Row Mud has 20% chance of increasing the damage. That's the one I just read. What am I doing? Okay. Harry Mudd's half human, half Bajoran daughter. She grew up in deep resentment toward her father after being abandoned by him at an early age. However, she couldn't resist following in his footsteps, becoming one of the most notorious thieves and smugglers in the galaxy. With her eventual goal to take over her father's operation, Row is driven by ambition rather than ego and cynicism that drives Harry, and wants to build a sustainable empire beyond her father's scheme and vanity projects. Interesting. You can see the Bajoran piece right there. It's cool. That's a nice little one. Then we have Obix, which we saw him in the story. So we have Obix. His main ability is, I can't even say that, so I'm not even saying it, precision. So when fighting Eclipse hostiles, including Armada targets, for the first 3 rounds, Obix increases the chance of crits by 20%. Shield remodulation. So when fighting Eclipse hostiles, including Armadas, Obix has a 25% chance to decrease shield deflection, armor, dodge by 40%. So mitigation. And then his write-up. So Obix is a visitor of our galaxy, albeit an unwilling one. After an incident with the ship, Obix found himself stranded here in the company of Mudd and his crew of rogues. At first, they were unsure of the unknown species, but Obix quickly proved himself as a reliable and skilled officer and became an invaluable asset to the crew. While she was in search for a way home, to this day, Obix was found something most unexpected, strange in the galaxy. Friends. We all need friends. And then, so this is the name now let's go with new Harry Mudd. Harry Mudd 2.0. So his first one, 2 steps ahead. Harcourt Fenton Mudd has a 40% chance to raise his shield mitigation by 98% for the first 2 rounds. And the secondary ability, 823 ways to die. Harcourt Fenton Mudd has 20% chance to double the shots of all the weapons of the ship the first round of combat. His write-up is the most interesting one out there, and it makes me think. Harcourt Fenton Mudd, many call him thief, a liar, a rogue, a con man. He's all these things, but he is all above a survivor, arriving in a universe through a complicated series of mycelial networks. This alternate Mudd might at first seem to be similar to our own. Indeed, he is charming, quick-witted, incredibly intelligent, but this Mudd has one crucial difference factor. There is no line he will not cross. He's all out. He's all out. The cruel fate he suffered at the hands of the Klingon captors hardened Mudd, turning him to a ruthless. It showed him that there can be no room for morals in the fight of survival. This new outlook, as well as a penchant for cons and thievery, put him on edge with the crew of the Discovery, who has proven to be the mighty thorn in his side. Now that Mudd is here, he will do whatever it takes to make it out alive, and maybe wreak some havoc while he acts. There's 2 things in there that are sticking out. USS Discovery and mycelial network. That's interesting. Wonder why they would add that. And then now we go on to Eurydice. I don't know, it's one of the most complicated names on this one is Eurydice. All right, let's go look at it. Opportunity. She seems like the most useful one of the bunch, in my opinion. When the ship takes shield health damage, Eurydice increases the damage dealt to the ship by 20% or 17%. So each time it gets hit, each time that shield gets hit, it just keeps amping up. So Delta Quadrant technology. When the shields are depleted, Eurydice has a 35% chance to heal the shield by 5%. So when it heals it, shield goes down, this bumps up again. She's going to be just as comparable as Decius, I believe. And her main ability, not her main ability, but her write-up. Born into poverty by her parents who abandoned her, Eurydice has to learn how to survive on her own from an early age. Spending her early years as a pirate scavenger, she quickly learned that not knowing the right people can help you survive anywhere. As she became a black market arbiter, setting up sellers with buyer specialized in ship parts and making a living off small profits she earned along the way. Able to read almost anyone's body language, she can be as manipulative or straight talking as given deals needs her to be. Due to the cost of supporting a daughter, Eurydice tends to live payday to payday through her harborous dreams of finding a better life for her family. Well, that's respectable. So we have those officers, and of course they're going to require independence. So let's go take a look at the store. I already bought the premium pack. So we have the pass key, which is cool. You get 3 passes. You can go to your character screen. I'll show you that. Then you get your high salute, which is used for the event store. And then we have our points packs. And then we now have our gift one. These gift ones are going to be your missions as you earn them. And then you go to the recruit. You have, this is the one where you use this one, the key token on one of these 3. You can choose what you want to use. And then these are your premium or your ultra recruit ones where you can have a chance of getting them, which is cool. I did it this morning. I think I had 40k, 47k worth of ultra recruits saved up. And then do we have anything new anywhere else? The Borg store is still empty. It's just an open tab. That's an open tab. The next part is in the factions. So we go to the factions, we go to Rogue, and we have our normal, and then now we have Outlaw Recruit, which can be gotten from Rogue credits. We have a chance of getting those. And then let's say you finally max out your Stella somehow and you don't need to do your research anymore. Now you have this Stella Particle for Crystal, G3, rares and uncommons. So you have a chance on all those. And as you become an outlaw and you're a whale, a big player, here's this one right here. But what is this token? You get a chance to get this as a higher level player. This is all G4 stuff. What is a token? Stella bonus. Bonus given a powerful independent when exchange Stella particles. Exchange Rogue faction store for extra bundle. So I'm guessing this is going to be at the outlaw rank. So it's interesting. Do we have anything else we can go over before we have the events, which are muscle men? It's all right. They're one of those ones. Oh, we can go over the outlaw one. It's not really amazing. It's still great. I hope they continue with the lithium events, which I loved in the past. So the assembly your crew is basically a recruit event. One will give you, if you can get to the first place in it as a recruiting on your, or get on your own, you can get an avatar. I'm down with the avatar. I had these saved up, so it doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna get knocked out of the way because Wells are gonna buy packs and I won't be there. And then there's the Rogue Rescue mission, which this one was kill exchange hostiles. That's all it was. It was an easy one. It was a no-brainer, and it gave a good amount of resources at it. I didn't notice it gave G4 parts, which bravo Scopely. I'm happy for that. It'll help me out in the long run. And then we were running the hostile hunt. Hostile hunt today gave 21k, which put us right at our second goal without minor pack. And tomorrow's gonna be 24k, so it'll be our third goal. So it was the first day's steal. Remember, mine's will be a little bit different from your guys' because you guys, I'm a higher ops level. It scales for your ops level. Second day, you get 2k in the highest credits, and it's just day by day. It's not great, but it's still one of those ones that are 100 or 120. It's $20 well spent in the game because it gives you so much. And then we have an event store. I'm gonna save up probably toward the end and then find something to spend on because we have the officers, the new officers, the augment officers. There's the more new ones, and then we can get a second Stella. I advise you to get the second Stella. Why? Because to get for the Stella, if let's say they have more scrap events, or you want to have one maxed out, or however you can get it, and then when you level up to like tier 4, scrap it, rinse, repeat, that's your best option. And there, see right here is Vidar blueprints. You can get a Vidar, or you can get independent credits. Independent credits, you get 500 for 18k of these points, probably 2 days worth of work. And then you can get the old avatars, which meh. And then you have the frame, and then you can get badges. I think it's 33 plus. You can get badges in this one for 75k. It's kind of steep, that one. And then for me, I get G4 stuff, G4, and then you have the G3 rares, normal G3 rares. Then I can get each of the ships because I'm unlocked on all factions. And then you can get Devore parts to upgrade Devore, or you can get Devore parts, get 60 Devore parts. And then there's the G4 ship parts, which that's my end. Then there's steel, titanium, and dilithium. Steel, not a bad price for 50 mil for me. 2k. I could do 10 of them and have 5. Jesus. Oh, yeah. That might be something I'll be spending my on this event. Yeah, titanium if you need titanium, which that's not a bad price either. And then dilithium. This is the one I like. So for me, it's 1 million. And so you guys, it might be 100K. So these are other good ones. But in my opinion, I focus on officers. That's going to be your best bang for your buck. Once we finally start getting over them, sifting through data, Scott going through his data, DJ going through data, we'll be able to exactly tell you what's up with it, and actually show you what's up and what to choose and what to do. So save them up for now, in my opinion, until we give you an opinion otherwise. And let me show off. I haven't done some scanning. Let's go back to my base. I'm all the way up there. I gotta get back down to purple space, and here we are, purple space. So I haven't had a chance to explore that region yet up here, these new ones, but in Penumbra, something like that, and we zoom out, we have a 500 million armada. Payouts are amazing, but I've only heard of one set of people doing this, taking down 2 runs with Ska. But I think if I remember right, as long as you clear the systems out, they will appear. See, as Minge kind of looks desolate, so I'm wondering, you have to clear some out if they come up. I haven't seen any rares outside of Penumbra or whatever the heck it's called again, but they're there. So that's one thing to look for. I'm going to search those systems later down and see what these are. I'm not even positive. So our whole guesstimate that they would be in these 3 systems was wrong. So be it. Alright guys, remember to join my Discord down below. Besides that, there is a donation link if you want to donate and help my channel out. There's that way. You don't have to. You're supporting me just by watching me. You guys are awesome for doing that. And below that is my member link. If you want to become a member, go click on it. It's either 2, 5, or 10 or 20 bucks a month. It helps my channel out and it just helps me grow a little bit. And besides that, remember to like the subscribe button, the bell notification button below. And can we try to get this video at 400 likes? Can we push for it? Alright guys, it's No One Shall signing out. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.